Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Assassin's Creed 2. So after 2 hours of playing, we have just barely begun to reach the point where the game actually begins. Our father and our older brother at least have been taken to prison, and I'm going to break into prison to find out why they were taken to prison. They're also looking for me, and I don't know what the deal is with my younger brother. I didn't see him in the cutscene before. Let's move forward. So I'm at high alert, and it is nighttime outside, so the open world instance has been changed yet again in a slight way. We are in the evening at the very least. I need to run from my house, which is here, to the edge of this small area, which things are about to change after this section, I think. And it's possible that you don't even come back to this area, but I think you do. If there was anything on the map that I could possibly miss, it would be this codex and the race, which I imagine doesn't really matter. Now, my father was supposed to testify against the father of the person we fought at the very, very beginning of the game. And now he's in jail, which makes no sense. How the fates turned. There's the gallows for execution by hanging. Might be worth it to go into Eagle Eye mode, which apparently I can do, even though Ezio Auditore almost certainly couldn't do this. Unless they just taught him how to do Eagle Eye and didn't tell him that he actually was an assassin or anything else, which I guess is a possibility. It doesn't make the best sense. So when you get into the red sections of the game, by the way, that is full alert mode. Anybody that sees you, any guard that sees you in that section, is automatically going to go to the red alert. So there I just had to use health to get myself back up from a fall. People are talking, but notice the cutscene and the subtitles are not on. When falling, press and hold B to grab the ledge. So we get the little audio. There's a feather over here I could collect, but it makes no sense to actually do any of these things. We've already climbed to the top of this building, but we just ran away after we synchronized with it. Now, typically with Assassin's Creed games, once you're about one body length up, they stop looking upward and they don't see you. So here's where I'm supposed to go. Just on the side of this building.
Ezio. Father, what's happened?
Took a bit of a beating, but I'm alright. What of your mother and sister?
Safe now.
Annetta took them.
Yes. Wait. You knew this would happen?
Not the way it did, and not this soon. Doesn't matter now.
What do you mean?
Notice the animation
Explain.
of him grabbing
There's
the
no
bars.
time. Listen closely. Return to the house. In my office is a hidden door. Use your talent to find it. Beyond lies a chest. Take everything you find inside. Much of it may seem strange to you, but all of it is important. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Among the contents is a letter, and with it some documents. I need you to take these documents to Mr. Roberto. He was with me in the office this morning.
The Gonfaloniere, I remember. Now please, tell me what's happening. Are the Pazzi behind this? There was a note for you at the pigeon. It said,
Go, Ezio. Go now.
So I get 100 gold for nothing there. So we're back into the overworld instance, which means that this area is no longer in red. We could try to go get the codex page, but that would be silly without our weapon, which we still don't have. So they did teach Ezio the Eagle Eye ability, but they didn't tell him anything else, which makes no sense. I would think in a world of a family of assassins, you would take the opportunity to let every single child know the dangers that would be constantly surrounding them. I understand why the Templars might work in secret, but I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. In Assassin's Creed 1, the entire city that was run by the Assassin's Guild knew of the assassins. They worked and lived under their protection. There's a chest we could jump down and get, but it's not worth it. I feel like we're already far behind where we should be, and not really because of anything I've done, just because the game has taken forever. So when I fall, I can hold down B and grasp things and save myself from taking damage. I'll need to remember to use that. So the first time ever, he doesn't knock on the door.
Father said there was a door here.
And this is the beginning of when you were supposed to first use Eagle Vision, 2 hours into the game. 2 hours into the game, you're supposed to turn on Eagle Vision. The concept of privacy wasn't super well thought of or invented at all by this time. People, family members, other people would just kind of walk in their room in a house, and there wouldn't be hallways at all. So it would be one room would connect directly to the next room. Right. And there's nothing in this room. So we have to take this chest and everything in it. So when they animate these cutscenes, it would make sense to just animate them and make them a lot better. I suppose because they're in engine, if they did take the game code and put it in the Assassin's Creed 7 or 8 engine, and that there was some improvements there, these graphics might automatically improve. But we haven't seen that actually happen. Finally. So finally we have a sword we can use, which is in our hand, or our bare fists. We still don't have the Assassin's Blade or anything, but this is the true beginning of the game. Why didn't we hit this point in like the first few seconds? Notice how...
Auditore! Hey, what's with the swords? Aren't you supposed to arrest me?
No.
What do you want then?
You think you can outrun us?
Or you to die? Well, that's not going to happen. Why
So-
don't we explore other options?
There are no
I've got a counter if they attack. And as soon as we get the sword, we're kind of back to the fighting mechanism of the first game. Interesting sound effect. Very strange. there. For Florence. It really isn't worth it to search these guards, by the way. Not yet. So we now have this blue point we need to travel to. We can't do the race, and it's still not really worth it to try and get the codex page. But finally we look like an assassin. We don't have the knife, we don't have any of the training. We don't even know what an assassin is. So when you hold A, you fast walk, but you also have this tendency to bump up to people and pickpocket them, which isn't really your goal. I suppose it's a nice little benefit until somebody catches you.
He's here! Don't want your kind here, please.
So you have to kill these guys. There's no way around it. And as soon as you hit sword to sword, this mechanic does not work. It's the same thing. It is definitely improved from the first game, but not improved enough.
Ezio Auditore? What are you doing here at this hour?
I don't...
Wait, child. Take a breath. Collect your thoughts.
My father and brothers have been imprisoned. I was told to bring you this.
I see now. It's a misunderstanding, Ezio. I'll clear everything up.
How?
The documents you've given me contain evidence of a conspiracy against your family and against the city. I'll present these papers at their hearing in the morning, and they'll be released.
Thank you, Signore.
Of course, my child. Do you need a place to stay? You're more than welcome here.
No, grazie. I'll meet you at the piazza.
Don't worry, Ezio. Everything is going to be fine.
It's a good thing he didn't take him up on that offer, as we'll see, if I'm remembering the story right. I'm surprised I remember any of this story. It's been so long since I played this game. Is it really worth it to go back and play? I have a broken hidden blade, apparently. To play the original Assassin's Creed games? I think maybe 4 would be the right one to start at. There's people on YouTube who have cut all the cutscenes together. In fact, strangely, if you look at the Steam store right now for Assassin's Creed 2, there is an article that's the first little bit of news referencing it, where somebody just put all of the cutscenes together. And honestly, that's kind of what they need to do for all the games. Everything in 3 doesn't really matter that much. Let's see. Here's a good time to test if we drown when we hit water. No, you don't. Good to know. So, no longer do you immediately die when you hit water. That's a major improvement to the game. You can actually swim. Will they take advantage of the swimming? What is this? There's no collectible on it, it's just here. I wonder if it's there specifically to help you find a way out of the water. Let's see. there's not enough. I could go over there. Yeah, I can't grab these walls. Oh. It was a loot treasure thing. Okay. I see. Swim fast. Perhaps here I can climb up this. If I move to the edge and then move to the center. And then climb up here. You still don't want to really end up in the water. It's not a great way to maneuver yourself. So here we go.
Air for all.
I wonder if Assassin's Creed went back to the automatic refill on health mechanism. That's a much more modern way in which video games go. Never show a death screen, never kill the player, never end the action. Here we go. It would be nice if they did go back to that system, having to heal yourself and spend money, even a small amount of money on healing is a point against this game. Attend the acquittal of Petrioco, Giovanni, and Federico. So it is your younger son too.
Come around the shop, see for yourselves the wonders that true artists can achieve.
So they're playing with time here, by the way. He said he was gonna do it in the morning at the end of that cutscene, and then I just walked around here and it's morning. There was no cutscene to show what happened or anything.
Giovanni Auditore, you and your accomplices stand accused of the crime of treason. Have you any evidence to counter this charge?
Yes, the documents that were delivered to you last night.
I'm afraid I know nothing of these documents.
He's lying!
Need to get closer.
In the absence of any compelling evidence to the contrary, I am bound to pronounce you guilty. You and your collaborators are hereby sentenced to death.
You are the traitor, Roberto, and one of them. You may take our lives this day, but we will have yours in return, I swear! We will! Father!
There! Grab the boy! He's one of them!
I'll kill you for what you've done!
Guards! Arrest him!
So here's some heavy armor guards.
Abatetelo.
Better run, boy. And fast.
And run we go. So there's no like specific direction I'm supposed to run to. There's the codex page right there. I guess I suppose I could have run for that. Where am I supposed to go? This is a pigeon coop and not a hiding spot. It'd be helpful to find a hiding spot though. See, I can't just hide. I can't just get away. I need to also hide. There we go. And now you have the usual sit and wait mechanism in Assassin's Creed, which is really boring. You watch the guards jump ridiculously far distances for guards as they return to their walking path. You're now notorious. Republica.
I've got a little request for
Fiorente.
you. I've identified several strange markings that I've discovered right across Renaissance Italy. Now, I don't know what they're doing there, but I want you to help me find out. Rebecca has marked their general location in the database with an eye icon, and she's made them glow as well. Keep an eye out.
So, you couldn't even have found the strange markings until this point.
Sir Ezio, thank God. I've been looking everywhere for you.
I couldn't stop them, Annetta. I tried, I swear. But there were so many guards.
Please, come with me.
I lost
we
my
need to
sword.
get you off the streets.
What of my mother and sister?
They're safe. I'll bring you to them.
No, it's too dangerous for us to travel together. Tell me where to go and I'll meet you there.
My sister's house, just north of the Duomo.
I'm on my way.
So, now at the top left you can see you're notorious. Being notorious means guards are suspicious of you and will react to your actions or presence. And there's really no way to lower your notoriety right now. When the meter fills with yellow, it means the guards are investigating. When it's filled with red, it means they're about to attack. Viewpoint use reveal information from viewpoints. All kinds of stuff they're trying to tell me. Okay, let's speak to the doctor and buy some supplies. A lot of button presses there. I have 2,000. Let's see, we'll go ahead and buy the next map. Might as well. And we can't buy any paintings right now. So, we are supposed to go here, which is a new area. And before we do that, we could look at the database and look at the locations. There is 5 locations in this area of note, and they have the symbols, and I don't know exactly where they are. So, unless I was supposed to go into this mode immediately and look around and find it, I don't have a good chance of actually finding it, those markings. Unless there's one right here. And there shouldn't be one right here. It should be a recognizably big and important building. So, to the next viewpoint we go. If I stay on the ground, I'm probably running a very high risk of getting spotted. But there's also people on the roofs trying to spot me. So my best guess is to just walk. We'll move to a fast walk and make our way towards the marker. We're not really in a great position where we should attract fights, although we're not in such a horrible position that if we did get into one fight or two, we couldn't win it. See, somebody is spotting me here. See this database location here. There may be a marker somewhere around here. Maybe, maybe not. Playing around with these things is not great. And if there's 5 in this one, then you may have to get all 5 of those pieces to even get one bit of the truth. Or it may be that that's a completely separate system. I don't remember well enough to be certain. You may have noticed for a second there that somebody just magically appeared right next to me as I was walking. Yeah, it's too much of a hassle looking for those secret marks right now. And see, even if I do the socially acceptable climb up a ladder to get to this point, I'm still gonna be in trouble as soon as somebody sees me. Now, in theory, you could jump on that platform and make it to the next.
Down or I shoot! Down or I shoot! Why are you here? Get down!
Didn't take any damage there. We got somebody humming. What's the point of the subtitles being on when you don't see it half the time? The subtitles are still on. It's very strange. I was thinking maybe this synchronization point was one of them. So we'll climb up this. There's one. Good, so we can go get that. But it's kind of brightly lit even right there. Ah, and it even tells me Rosa Coletta. I'm probably mispronouncing half of these things, by the way. I didn't think this part of the game was in the same area. So that may mean that this area that we're in is a lot bigger. I guess you could probably infer that when I can zoom out pretty far here. And the box that it's showing me looks like it, yeah, is a pretty big area. Florence, Italy. Right. Can I make a jump from there to there? Or should I even try it? I don't think I should try it. Here we go. So there it is. And when you look on it straight on, it's just really bright.
There's one of the symbols. What does it mean? It must be there for a reason. Can you take a closer look?
So it says connecting
Wait,
Rebecca.
That's not possible. This can't be. Hold on. That's computer code. Let me compile it.
Oh, shit, it's an encrypted file.
Upload it to my computer. I'm a master at decryption.
I can't. It's only compatible with the Animus itself.
That is
Upload
always
it
an
to Desmond,
interesting.
then. I can't believe this.
So the code gets uploaded to my brain.
Hello, this is... they call me Subject 16. Listen, I don't have much time. There's something I have to show you. We have been lied to this whole time. Everything we know, everything we've been brought up to believe, it's wrong. Okay, I've uploaded the evidence, the file that proves it all. But I've split it into 20 pieces and locked each with a code. Can't be too careful. Queen Isabella. No, not her. What century is it? Never mind. I've hidden the code to the first file inside this program. Find it. Find them all. And along the way, you'll begin to see the truth.
What the heck? How did this get inside our Animus?
Oh, the memory core. We transferred 16's memory data from Abstergo into the Animus 2.0. He must have hacked the machine when Vidic left him alone between sessions.
Hold on, wait a second. The signs on the walls in Abstergo, the ones written in blood, those were clues. He was telling us to look for them inside the Animus.
In the beginning, unlocking the file. So this is the standard like paranoid conspiracy storyline that goes with the, at least until Assassin's Creed 3 is a heavily included. 5 of these mythic scenes share a core of something. So let's see, zoom is what button? No. I'm trying to find the zoom button. Here we go. So you have to pick them out. And it's not that they're all naked, or most of them are naked. It's that they have an apple in them, which it should be an easy one to figure out. Let's see. If we were to look at the 3 we picked, this is Christian. This is, I believe, Christian. This one is not Christian because it has what is his name? He has an apple. That's another. This is much later Christian. So that's 3. This is much later Christian. This one again has the apple. We were looking for the apple the whole time. So passcode found 24568. Press green button to enter the passcode. File unlocked. Alright. So you have this play all, and it's this cutscene. And there's 20 pieces of it. So there's 20 of those markers. It's probably not worth it. You could go see the entire playback of it. It's not really that interesting. And every time I see a cutscene or anything, it's going to move the mouse. Why it always does that, I don't know. Let's put it in a different place and see if it has any problem with that. And so you can barely see the Omega symbol there. And so that plus the what's happening during the current time frame really is just superficial stuff. It didn't need to be in the game at all. They could have said Assassin's Creed was just a tale of assassins and started with Ezio Auditore, saved us at least 30 minutes at the beginning of the game, cut out all these extra bits, and just had us play a fine game by itself. What kind of place is this?
I think we have the wrong building.
No. No, this is it.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Messer Ezio. Annetta speaks quite highly of you. I can see why.
I appreciate the kind words, Madonna.
Ti prego. Call me Paola.
Thank you for offering your home to my family, Paola.
It was the least I could do. You must be tired. Perhaps you'd...
No, grazie. I can't stay.
Why? Where are you going?
To kill Uberto Alberti.
I understand your desire for vengeance, but the Gonfaloniere is a powerful man. You are not a killer, Ezio.
Spare me the lecture.
But I can make you one.
And why are you going to teach me how to kill?
I'm not. I'm going to teach you how to survive. Come.
Learn the way of the courtesans. Fitting in.
Discretion is paramount in my profession. We must walk the streets freely, seen but unseen. You two must learn to blend like us, and become one with the city's crowds.
So,
my girls will show you how.
This was definitely an expansion on how you could blend and hide from the first game. Slight expansion with different characters. So when you're like this in a group of 5, you're blended. And when you are like this in a group of 4, you're blended a little less. But the gray actually works kind of nicely. Blend to become invisible to guards. So it's actually kind of difficult to do. See, it's not working. Blend by sitting on a bench with civilians. Yes. But it, obviously I can't do too much of that.
He certainly has the swagger.
They have to be a stationary group like this, or they have to be... It kind of works and it kind of doesn't. You just kind of have to be careful about it. Now, the thing you wouldn't want to do when you are blending is gently push people out of the way or pickpocket them. Both actions, I imagine, would affect the outcome. Doing this right now might scare a player into thinking, oh no, I'm going to have to play the rest of the game in high notoriousness, and thus I'll have to blend everywhere I'm going for every single action. Fortunately, that's not really the case, and soon you become powerful enough that it doesn't matter. You can just fight your way through things in a lot easier. It's way easier to fight than it is to do this. This is pretty boring. Only so much hide and seek can be put in any game, even the game of hide and seek. And this is more than what I'd ever want to really do. I imagine she just has me walking in circles. Now the difference between the first game and this game is that you hire the courtesans and expand where they show up. which gives you more opportunity to hide. It doesn't, you don't really need it.
Bene. Now that you've learned to blend, I'll show you how to use it for more than just moving around. Let's teach you how to steal.
I've already been doing that on accident. Let's see. So, hold A and walk into somebody.
Once you've stolen from someone, Ezio, you mustn't linger.
Help! Somebody stop him!
And see, now they're no longer allowing me to blend. Which is kind of weird because I was stealing and not getting caught up to this point. I don't want to get too far away from these guys. That guy doesn't have any money. How about her? Now, I don't think we see a lunatic equivalent. And see, I've gotten caught. So they're all slowly pacing away from me. I had to wait till somebody new came. So not really worth it to steal. It gives you such a tiny amount of stuff. There's some other characters that staying out of bounds for too long will desynchronize you. Good to know. I'm not out of bounds though.
You can go now, girls. Oh, do we have to?
So innocent.
He's cute. Now that you have learned how to approach the enemy, we need to find you a suitable weapon.
What would you have me use?
Ah, but you already have the answer.
Hey, my father's blade and bracer. How did you get them?
By using the same skills I've just taught you.
It's not exactly in working condition.
I assume you're familiar with Leonardo da Vinci.
See, but how does a painter factor into this?
He's far more than that. Bring him the pieces. You'll see.
Before I go, one last question, if I may.
Of course.
Why have you given your aid so readily to me, a stranger?
I too know betrayal.
What does that mean? It's like, you show me the scar. It kind of wish they came back and told her story. So press up to hire a group. Press up to make a hired group wait for you. I can't do any of that right now because that's not a group available for purchase. That's a group over there. Press this to lock onto an enemy, and then press that to have the courtesans distract him. So, immediately hire them and they'll follow me, which makes it a lot easier. Where is our next goal? Strange, I don't see it. I do not see where I'm supposed to go next. So I suppose this is the next point to walk to. If we walk a little bit faster, they'll speed up. And it feels like there should be something more to it. The interface of this game is... They tried to be too revolutionary there. And it ends up with a bad system when you're in fight mode and a weird system when you're in just normal walking around mode. me constantly stealing from people on accident is not what you want as an experience for.
I dropped it. I've dropped something down the front of my grave.
So those two saw the guards and immediately decided to distract the guards, which means you can do that twice for what you purchase, and the second time you walk by guards, then you're left alone. This is probably somebody important. At least he's rich.
With some attention. Could you help me out?
There we go. So they ran into another group of guards. Here's a guy working on the wall. Now the lunatics of the first game don't come back, but beggars do come back. I think there's also maybe some children that show up later on. Maybe in this game, maybe not. So there's a secondary faction you can purchase. So we hire these guys. And I guess I don't need to really go into a lock mode or a scan mode, since the game is going to tell me when I'm generally near those icons. We may try to get them all. If there's really only 20 of them, it couldn't be that difficult. Now we're seeing the wall of the city, which helps better define it. 9 of 73 sync points, but I see a door and a codex page. Should I go here? Or should I go here? I want to go to this door, but let's go ahead and take this. Now will the thieves make their way down here with me? Yes, they will. The thieves are slowly trying to... There we go. Are these guys gonna hide me? Alright.
He better not be looking for trouble.
After you.
So I'm gonna have the thieves go lure the guy away.
Wait till I get my hands on you, you won't get away.
And we'll see what this is. Memory currently unavailable. Return later. Darn it. So I'm just not sure where I'm supposed to be. So we'll use our ability to see. I really just want to run around. And this is the core issue that eventually gets fixed in Assassin's Creed games, is you eventually do, even from a very early in the game, have the ability to just run around like crazy and not have to deal with too much fallout from running around like crazy. Because that's kind of what you do in every game. That's another one of those right angle twists that they introduced in the sequel, in this game. I'm really just looking. I'm just looking. Where am I supposed to go? There's so many treasure chests, there's so many feathers. Well, I bet there aren't that many feathers, but there's a lot of treasure chests. But they haven't even introduced the money system, really. They haven't explained why you would need it. I suppose even I suppose this time I just have to unlock everything. Up. Now, if I was running, and see, this is what's going to happen if you start running. Do I have my sword? Nope. So I have no weapon at all right now except for my fists. It's really the worst position, and that's why getting the codex pages that we see one right there is not something I should spend any effort on right now. Darn it. And then I accidentally knocked that guy down. What did he do? Nothing. I hit the wrong button. Well, I hit the button at the wrong time. Actually, I hit the right button just at the wrong time. Yeah. Which really just gets back to the confusing system you have here. Like, archers are on the rooftops, so they're gonna shoot me if they see me. It will be a while before we run into people that have guns that will shoot me for being on the rooftops, but I think that does eventually happen. Maybe not in this game, maybe in the next one. It's sad, it's really been about 3 hours now of gameplay, and we still don't have that hidden blade. We're still not ready to play the game in the right fashion. Maybe I've made a mistake here. Maybe there was something I was supposed to do. Maybe I was supposed to just walk right back into the house. The house where my sister and mother are now staying.
Do you require a medical assistant?
But if that was the case, the game certainly didn't make that clear to me. The icon for the Santa Croce. Let's see.
Looks rather nice.
So this is where I'm going anyways. I wish I would get more synchronization just so I'd have more health. Can I climb up the side of this? There it is. And you can see the first time it was an Omega symbol. Now it's like an Eye of Ra. It's going to be every single cultural mystery thing you could think of. Hold that to scan the books.
A vast web of connections.
Don't
and
even have to
interconnections,
scan it.
all ruled by chance.
It just
Or is
happens. So this is just a spin puzzle. And frankly, it would probably make more sense to start on the outer ring. It's Queen something Olivia, maybe? Queen Elizabeth of England. ID Piece of Eden 2 apple. So see, there's a picture of the apple right there is what they're saying in this actual piece of art. That they're inserting fiction into real art, or at least you assume it's real art. It could easily have just been like modified. Never underestimate the power of Photoshop. There you go, like Napoleon Bonaparte. Piece of Eden number 1, the apple. So there's like 2 apples at least. Emperor Napoleon I of France, 1812. And see, they're saying he's holding it in his shirt. So, again, let me remind you, do not take your history from an Assassin's Creed game. You will be led astray. As they add this fictitious stuff on top of actual pieces of art and such. This is a rather easy puzzle, but this isn't a puzzle game, so George Washington of the United States, Piece of Eden 3, the apple. So there's 2 ways you can take this. Either they all had the one apple, or there are many of them. Passcode found 10352, and I'm sure when this game came out, people wrote down these numbers and thought there was some code in that too. It's just mystery for mystery's sake, though. And so now we have 2, and as you find them, it will always happen in the same order. So you don't get the last bit until you have all 20. And so this, like 3 scenes, is all extra that you got, and it's just connected. Now once you get all 20, I do believe you actually you do actually get a much longer scene and some other things. Let's see, here's a feather, I believe. 2 feathers of 100. Let's turn this off and climb up here and synchronize. You really have to be on board with this game. You're given a lot of leeway here. I could imagine a lot of people being 3 hours into the game and having really done nothing. Nowhere close to Assassin's Creed 1. 3 hours into Assassin's Creed 1, you would have assassinated at least 1 person, if not 2, maybe even 3. That's all that game was about, was getting to the boss character and killing them. Nothing else. And there's something to be said about making games that are just simply the actual gameplay mechanic and nothing else, no fluff. And Assassin's Creed the series has become the ultimate fluff series. There are other games, certainly. Far Cry is another one where you could run around and collect everything for it. I'm sure I could think of several others, but they kind of need to make a separate series. I would say their best opportunity would have been after Brotherhood to say, well, this game is going to be the Assassin's Brotherhood series, and then the main series is just going to be a simpler, shorter experience where you take out assassination targets. Kind of like how Hitman is mostly just a game. Oops. Like, Hitman is almost 100% about killing your target. There are different ways you can have fun with that and find different methods to kill your target in Hitman. But at no point in a Hitman game have I ever seen anybody collect feathers or money or hire courtesans to distract the guards or hide in the crowd for long amounts of time. Or there's just a lot of extra stuff here for a game that's called Assassin's Creed. Also, speaking of the Creed, which was actually an important element to the first game, it hasn't even been mentioned. It has completely been ignored so far in the first 3 hours of gameplay. Ignored like I feel like I'm, as the player, being ignored right now. That jump didn't work. I was trying to jump into a hay bale. Interesting. Codex page. And I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. I really don't. It makes very little sense. Is there something on the display? Core memory markers. You can't even turn these things off. So special memories, repaired memories, codex pages, Leonardo. There should be a Leonardo somewhere. You can't even turn those off. You can turn off secondary markers, like beat 'em up events and all of that. But no notoriety markers. Let's see. These are things that will lower my notoriety. We haven't even touched on those yet. Economic markers, we could probably turn all those off, and that would help a little bit. And then strategic markers. But where's the L? Is it hidden amongst everything else? I guess what I could do is check here and see. Let's see. All those off. And then all those off. And then that leaves this codex page, this codex page, and this codex page. And that's the only thing the map even says. There's no more synchronization points. There's nothing here. Visit Leonardo da Vinci at his workshop if he can repair the blades. So you're just supposed to remember where he was. That's all there is to it. It's ridiculous. It is completely ridiculous that the game's not even pointing you to the point you're supposed to reach. So I just need to make a custom marker right there and go there and hope that's where he's supposed to be. And that's what we're gonna do in the next recording. That's gonna be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.